Alex Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I'm very good at climbing ladders. Today, I'm playing Minecraft. And the reason I'm playing this delightful game that we all call home. Do we call Minecraft home? We should call Minecraft home. I mean, I call it home in the sense that my channel is primarily that. And I guess you primarily live in your home. Wait, do you spend more hours inside your home than out? You know, coronavirus has ruined that entire question as being interesting. You know, chat, in normal times, do any of you spend more time outside your house than inside of it? Please let me know. Anyway, today's live stream, I'm going back to the viewer-created biome. Obviously, that was a fun one-off event, or like once every year or two event, and I think we made something very nice. Also, inside... yeah, right, like, who spends... I feel like it happens, but it's gotta be really uncommon. So I've got myself a bunch of bones, both in this shulker box, as well as in here, and I would like to get myself a bunch of flowers. And so, obviously, I'm gonna create myself a little hole right over, I don't know, here, I guess, in front of the It Modern Art sign. We're gonna make ourselves a nice little hole, and also in front of those, and we're gonna grow a bunch of flowers. It's gonna be delightful. We've got the bone chest ready, we've got some flowers, and yeah, I'm just gonna be bone milling a bunch of flowers, because I need dyes, a lot of dyes, for all sorts of projects, and I never have enough dyes. And given that it's so easy to do so, this is actually a tip that I heard from someone else. COVID-19 actually stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019. Actually, I think you're... Oh, no, that is correct, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's because that was when it was first, like, discovered, not when it first became widespread. Like, the same... If I hope I'm not getting this wrong. H1N1, the thing that caused the flu pandemic of 1920, that is still one of the dominant flu strains that comes year to year. So even though that pandemic, you know, like even though you see it in 2020, it's like a... Also, I bone milled the red flower and I got some yellow flowers. Is that normal? But yeah, we're gonna do this a bunch. We're just gonna... Oh, we can just do it like a bunch of times in one if we want to be efficient. Then I can use a water bucket. That's actually not... I wonder if there's like a easy way to do this that won't lead it falling in the hole. Maybe if I like put... If I put like a trapdoor above this, I could stop the water falling in. Maybe? Yeah, that might be a smart idea. If we get, we're gonna build ourselves a trapdoor. It's gonna be great. But yeah, I love flowers. Perfect stream. No one loves flowers. People have differing degrees of indifference, and apparently yours is a low level of indifference. But still. Also, I'm not sure if you see tips when you're not live, but my job scheduled to work at the same time as your stream. I like to show my support anyway. Hey, thank you, Michelle Oo. And also that Pisces dude. I finally quit you live. Here's my first installment of the Toycat tax. You know, I was almost like not gonna stream today. I've had like the craziest like intense day, I guess I would describe it as. And I was like, but then I realized, you know, I actually, especially chill streams like this, I think they're never gonna be as like as successful in the views as like some of the dumb things I do have planned for the future. But also I think sometimes it's fun to just like, you know what, let's chill. Hey, look at that, so many orange flowers. Let's play some Minecraft. So, do you think a trapdoor would be a good idea? You know, I think it's a good idea. Even if it's not a good idea, that's the great thing about ideas. They don't even have to be good. Oh no, I don't have any birch wood. I've got some dirt, and I've got some... I definitely had a bunch of birch wood at one point, but I guess I took it back. So we'll go chop down a birch tree, and we'll make a... You know, I need some birch signs anyway, so let's go chop down like a middle of the forest birch tree that no one's gonna miss anyway. I'm sorry. If you miss this tree, then bad news, you know? It's gone. Toycat destroys part of its world and then makes people pay not to destroy them is my next great stream idea, by the way. Also, hey, how's your day going? Says Brody Privet. My day, again, it's been a little bit hectic, but the plan is to stabilize. I'm gonna get some dessert. Dessert makes me feel good. I'm gonna lay down, and I haven't done this in so, like, this is one of those things that I've just, like, kind of categorically assumed was off limit. Like, I've never really had, I don't know, I don't know how to describe this, but I've never really had time that I was like, I will just not, but I'm gonna like enjoy some, I've been rewatching BoJack recently, and it's there's been a few episodes where I'm like, that's not as good on the third watch, but there's been a lot where I'm like, oh, thank God this episode's coming up again, and I'm in season 4, so there's a lot of those with, you know, I don't need to tell you about the shows I enjoy or why, but what I do need to tell you about is the fact that I appreciate the Toycat tax, and also, okay, we're gonna make one birch trapdoor, but you have to... Honestly, okay, you know, can I... Controversial take here. I don't like that you get 2 birch trapdoors for the 6 wood you put in. Like, I like it if I want a lot, but I always want just one. When I'm crafting in Minecraft, all I want is one of a thing, and Minecraft insists on giving me a trillion. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we place down a sign just over, I don't know, on this sand block, and it can be like, viewer tips creator biome. Viewer tips created a biome, and then brackets 2021. Also, thank you very much, Queen Royale Exquisite. You know what? That is very exquisite. Actually, I think this should be on a different line, right? I think it looks classier if we go like that. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Why do we get 3 doors for 6, but we get 2 for half a door? You know, that's even more confusing than you say it every side. See, right? Like, that's... When Minecraft tries to be fair, they just get more confusing than if they didn't try. Okay, so we place a trapdoor there now. And so now I think... Again, I don't know if it actually will work this way. But I'm hoping... again, maybe erroneously... We can bomb... Yeah, it still works. And then, if we just clear that out, replace it with water, we should be able to... Oh, wait, we might destroy some of the stuff around here. I might have to be careful about that, actually. Yeah, if we place our water, like, over here, it can stretch 8 blocks fine, I think. Let's find out. If we destroy something, then my bad. And then we clear them all up. And then we're good. Okay, so we're gonna mark the spot very clearly. Just so we get it just right. We want to do it like here and here. Is this spot fine? There we go, and it doesn't go in the hole because of the trapdoor. And then we can bone mill, and I'm sure there's an automated system that does this so much better, but sometimes doing things manually in Minecraft feels fun too. Sometimes it's about the journey, not the destination. Which is a lie, it's about the destination. Why do people say that it's not? Oh, that is gonna mess some stuff up. Oh no, it's not, we're fine. Also, Minecraft needs an aspen forest biome. I don't know what an aspen forest biome means, but I agree Ollie creates. I just finished a video where I was talking at length about how Minecraft needs more trees. You know, I'm surprised that is a common occurrence, but it makes sense, I guess. So we bone mill a bunch, we place our water, we pick it up, and then we bone mill a bunch. And then we go for our water, and then we pick it up, and then we bone mill a bunch. Actually, if we're clever, we could probably bone mill while the water's there, right? I don't know if that does work, but it's a fun idea to believe. Is this a stream for the legendary beard, says Nice YT. You know, it's not, but you can believe it is. And the beautiful thing about the world is something doesn't have to be true for you to believe it anymore. Like, that used to be a limiting factor, but thank God we finally got past that. Now we can believe anything we want to. And if people tell you that you shouldn't believe something, you can get them fired for their jobs for that. That's a capital offense right there. So yeah, I guess we'll grow a bunch of tulips for the same chest. Yeah, you know, tulips seem cute. Here goes, the Toy Cat Tax says, also, so how does one become a channel member? I'm very confused. You should see on YouTube next to the subscribe button, something called join, and then you get that lovely green name. I don't want to promote it too much. Well, I mean, I do want to promote it too much, but like, you know, I don't want to in the sense that like, you know, it's there, or you care about it or you don't care about it. I'm all good with the decision you choose to make for yourself. But I think that it's a feature that YouTube like kind of prominently advertises to. At least to me, it's like always very clear. But I guess if you're new, then again, there you go. There is a membership thing that you can find for yourself. Pink tulips are so cute. Thank God we can finally get rid of the rain, by the way. Oh, that's exciting. So this is an easy way to get more flowers, says Sienna Boast. Yeah, apparently so. That is, I find it to be much easier than going and harvesting them fresh, personally. Like, it's just, you know, you can automate basically anything in Minecraft, I find. I did that one wrong, but that's fine. So just 2 bone mills, that seems to be the optimal amount before we're wasting some. And then more bone mill, and then... Actually, we should move this a little bit closer. The water can clearly go further that way without any issues. So let's place there and there instead. And then we can probably pick up all... Yeah, there we go. See, we get a little bit more efficient as we go on here. And the intention is just to get a bunch of flowers, so I have all the dye I ever want. To be fair, I might want flowers as well. Chat, give me an idea. You know, I like these kind of discussions about dumb ideas. What could I do with a bunch of flowers besides dyes? Because obviously I know what I could do with them. But what would you like to see with a bunch of flowers. Because I don't actually like flowers as a decoration. Like I'm not the sentimental person about the small things. I'd rather cover an entire desert in obsidian than place a few flowers ornamentally. You know, again, like the small things, I don't like to focus on the small things. Also, what are we doing here? Oh god. Oh yeah, now we can reach it there, and then we can place this, and we can just immediately go again. So much faster. And then again. And then again. Actually, can we bone meal straight into the path of the water? We cannot. Can we replace the flower with the water, or does it go on top? It just goes on top. Which is functionally the same thing, but still worth knowing. Fireworks. I guess there are fireworks. Also, with the Oxide Daisy, you can make that one banner pattern. Make wool and then pixel art. I mean, that's kind of using it as dye, though. Like, I mean, like, excluding dye, obviously. Caitlin Rivers Swan says, make a picture out of them on a hill. Yeah, actually, yeah, if I use thousands of them, I actually like that idea. Like, I could make the Toy Cat logo from flowers. I mean, the tragic thing about that is, like, I don't know how or when it would work. I think if we use just the tulips, it would look pretty good. Maybe also the blue orchids. I do love me some blue orchids, I do. But yeah, there's a lot of fun ideas, actually. Flower fields. Stop farming flowers, says Dead Knight. You know what? Are you a hater? It sounds like you are a hater. And you know why you're a hater? According to the internet, they hate us because they ain't us. Everything and everyone I hate just because I'm not it. You know, like, I hate long phone calls with the bank. And I hate long phone calls with the bank because I'm not phone calls with the bank. I used to think it was because they were long and they were phone calls and it was with a bank. But then I realized it was because I wasn't all three of those things. And life made a lot more sense after you realize that, you know? Like, after you stop using logic and start just, like, imagining things, everything makes way more sense. I find that's an easy way to get better with the world. How come there's honey and bees in Minecraft, but you cannot make mead? You know what? Someone needs to get right on... Oh, damn it, I keep doing this again. Someone does need to get right on making mead in Minecraft. Also, Mobile Gaming King, thank you for the 99 cents. You are, in fact, the... Also, I can finally watch more live streams because work. You can watch more live streams because of work? Do you mean because of the lack of work? Or, you're not... Who am I to tell you what you do and don't mean? That was outrageous of me, actually. I would like to issue a formal apology. But, yeah, also, okay, we're going to throw the 26 tulips in there at the same time. Then we're going to switch out to, what can you sell me? Please have sunflowers. I don't even think they can sell sunflowers, but I'm still going to keep looking, just in case. And then we're going to switch out to the white tulips, I guess. Wait, we didn't do white. We did pink, right? Yeah, those are pink. So we're going to do white tulips next. I want to have all the tulips in multiple... In fact, I'm definitely missing a tulip. Wait, orange, white, pink, red tulips? Red tulips are a lie. Invented... They're a scam invented to make us buy more dental insurance. It's widely known about. He's getting paid to watch Toy Cat Dream Job. That is officially how I'm taking that one. Also, how do you get light blue dye? Trying to build my skin in survival. So there are these flowers over here called blue orchids. I want to say they only grow in swamps. That's how I got my blue orchids, at least. Wait, here's a... I should, you know, I feel like just because of, like, trying to get all the flowers for this, I learned things about flowers that I don't care about, and I want to get them out of my brain and into yours. So, yeah, I hate school because I ain't school. Exactly. You hate school. You hate it because you ain't it. You might assume that you hate, you know, 1930s to early 1940s Germany because of the tragic policies they had regarding, I mean, everything. But actually, you hate them because you ain't them. You're secretly, you know, you don't know it because it's very deeply repressed. But you actually are jealous. You are jealous of some aspect of the regime. You might say, no, that can't be true. You've taken it too far this time, Toy Cat. That is not an okay set of thoughts. But what I'd say to you is, sounds like you're defending yourself here. And as we know, only guilty people defend themselves. Therefore, you do in fact be that. Also, what's your thoughts on the US border crisis? Is there a border crisis? I'm not sure that there is one. I feel like there was one a while ago. I mean, I guess there's a continuing one. You know, okay, here's the thing to me. Is something a crisis if it continues? I'm going to make some people upset with this. I would wager that I would say that the current situation, you know, the one we all find ourselves in, it's not a crisis anymore. It's an event. You know, it's like you know, like was World War II when it started was a big crisis, but then it stopped starting, and then it became, you know, like you get me. Also, if you do this on top of hoppers, oh, you can't do it on hoppers because of the, you know, there is a way to do this, I'm sure, that I'm just not seeing. Build a cake biome. A cake biome is a terrible idea. Does that mean if you love something, you are that thing? No, if you love something, you love it because you. Oh wait, you know what? That might be true. Let me examine the logic here, using flawless, rigorous stress testing here. I mean, no, wait. You are what you eat, and you hate what you ain't. So, I guess that means that you are, you know, like, again, if we're following tried and true logic, because folksy sayings are the only thing. Hopper minecarts underneath the dirt. Yeah, but you can only pick up underneath half slabs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has to be half slab or it doesn't work. Because like, oh, it has to be like 7/8 of a block or below. Otherwise, it won't get picked up. I think. Or, am I wrong about that? Do hopper minecarts pick up more than a block above them? I don't think they, unless they're running like literally underneath and like going through the block. I want there to be a school fire at my school, and most people aren't subscribed. You know what? I think making vague threats like that are worrying. But thank you, Psycho Senato. But you know what? You do you, and you keep making them anyway. Just as long as you didn't. A rail is 1/8, isn't it? So really, does a minecart hopper? Can a minecart hopper pick up through a full block? I was always under the impression it had to be a half slab. Like, if I've been wrong, that's fair enough. That's so interesting. Like, I want, has that always been true? Because if so, I've designed things in my world to have half slabs needlessly, and I feel bad about it. I wish I didn't. Oh, okay, we're gonna just, oh god. Do not want long grass. I want white tulips. Hoppers need half slabs, minecarts do not. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. If it's a fixed hopper system, it needs the half. Well, you learn something new every day. I'm never going to use that something new because I have very few automated farms. But, you know, we learned it, and it is a day. So that's pretty good. Okay. Okay, so we got all the tulips in here. Now I'm going to move on. Like, I want to have all the really fun, colorful dyes in one chest. So next up, we're going to move on to... Honestly, let's move on to the blue orchids. I'm going to borrow this one over here. And I'm going to place it in there. Oops. And we're just going to grow a bunch of these. Because honestly, I think you get, what? The light blue dye? What's it even called? It's not cyan, is it? No, light blue. It's literally... the light blue dye. What is it called? Today, Toycat finds out. Do you have any survival build ideas for me, Toycat? I do. I had a video. It was going to go out today. It's like, it's hopefully going to be out by Friday, I guess. I have an entire video coming soon about build ideas. Like I had a fun idea and I was like, oh yeah, I could make that. And so I made that, and I think people are gonna like it. Like I figured, you know, I'll just tell it. I'll spoil it for you right now. Because I've been so focused on video. Like today I had a bad day. I was very, like a lot of things seem like they've gone wrong in the same place. Like I've had this huge like, let's call it a drama in my real life friends. With one of my friends being very accusatory of the rest of my friends, and so like had some real life conflicts there, and then like at the same time, I've had like this huge issue of my with the estate agent being like making conditions that I'm pretty sure aren't everywhere, but like ultimately whatever. And then I've had issues with like with my bank, and it's like and so because of those issues, I feel like I've been doing work worse, and because of all those things combined, I've been like eating terribly. So like everything seems like it's going wrong at the same time. And I used to
Toycat tax. Hope your Tuesday gets better.
It's only Tuesday, and honestly, that's what's getting me through this. Like I hate weekends because everyone takes weekends as an opportunity to be like, guess who doesn't care for another few days? But I'm excited because I got 3 days ahead of me for things to just be sorted out. and like moving places without me having to do anything. That's the dream in life, where everything's happening by itself, and you can just enjoy a nice can of Coca-Cola Diet Sublime Light. Oh, the green is invisible. How was your pie? Thank you for asking, Coco de Bean. My pie was delicious. I don't remember talking about a pie, but I got a pie from the fish and chip shop, and it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. I was surprised they were open. I went to a fish and chip shop that said they were open till 11, and I got there at like 10:57 and they were shut. And then I went to a fish and chip shop that said they shut at, I want to say like 10:30, and I got there at 11:05 because they were further away, and they were just open, and they had a bunch of pies, and I had one. It was delightful. I had a very good pie experience. Thank you for asking. You know, more people should ask me about my most recent pie. Why is that not a default greeting? Rather than this how are you stuff, like, of course I'm doing terribly. I'm dealing with a legal process. I'm about to deal with a huge legal process, and I'm helping my girlfriend with a similar legal process. The same legal process, some could say. You know, I'm dealing with a trillion different people, all of whom are just like, you know, just trying to cash their checks in ways that are very minorly not conducive to me doing the same. And then, like, also, because I'm going to be gone for so long, I've got to record a bunch of videos. Like, you know, things are, of course, going to be a bit on edge. So let's just ask about my most recent pie, shall we? You talked about eating pie at the very end of a previous stream. Oh, yeah, the mining obsidian one. I remember. I had to end the stream to go and get pie. You know what? Thank you for remembering. I mentioned this in the Let's Play. And, like, maybe people... I felt like a few people got it more because of the whole, like, younger sibling thing. But, like, being forgotten is so much more tragic than, like, people disliking you, to me. Like, if someone dislikes you, it's like, well, they care about you enough to dislike you. But, like, when someone forgets about you, that's, like, the pain. So when someone shows they remember, that's, like, a nice thing to me. That's like, wow, thank you for that. I hope you remember me more often. Also, I hope your dance situations get better. Oh, yeah, I totally will. Like, it's sometimes really easy to get tunnel vision. When things are bad, it's really easy to see them as only being able to be bad again. And even though I'm in, like, a monumental amount of, like, I don't know how to describe it, but even though there's a lot of crazy situation going on, I'm still pretty aware of the fact that, like, yeah, in 3 weeks, it'll be good. Azure Bluettes. What dye do you even get from these? Azure Bluettes. Oh, you get, like, a light gray dye. Do I want light gray? Not hugely, but I guess we should do the effort, make the thing happen. Also, I remember Orange Square. You remember Orange Square, huh, Pien? I don't remember Orange Square at all. What is Orange Square? I think it's a myth you've invented by yourself there, and I think that is tragic. Cover a canyon with flowers? That's a fun idea. Actually, how can you cover a canyon in flowers? Like, unless I dirted it up and put flowers there? I mean, it looked really suspicious, but I kind of like that idea too. Yeah, I think there's... You know, keep giving me flower ideas, chat. I like them. Thank you, Abigail H. Keep firing... You know, keep firing your bad ideas at me, and I'll keep looking at them. So, looks like I joined just in time. You know, you're about to miss the most exciting part of this stream. Is there a way to do this automatically besides having a hopper? I guess the hopper only saves you so much effort, right? Okay, let's get, like, real fast automated going here. Go. Do, and go. Yeah, by the end of the stream, we should have, like, 4 stacks of all of them. Enough to, like, helpfully rely on having casual amounts of dye for all the types. Dispensers of bone meal and one with water. Oh, yeah, if I put a dispenser there... You know, should we do that? I've got dispensers lying around. Yeah, if I put a little dispenser just over there, over here, and then I fill it with bone meal, easy enough to do. And then you have 5 minutes till they despawn, just wait it out. I would enjoy that so much more than what I'm doing. Just making flowers and then being like, yeah, I'll just leave them be. You know, I'm not here to collect the flowers. I'm here for the experience of the flower. Bone milling. I can't believe all of you are so needy in your flower intake requirements. Put redstone under the grass. Yeah, no, this should be really easy, actually. Like, the collection part isn't the annoying bit, but if I have, like, a dispenser with a button, that might save me some minor hassle. No, it'd have to be, like, on a redstone circuit, right? Either way, I think it's a great idea. I also think... Okay, we're going to put the dandelions in here, and the cornflower, and the white tulips, so we got the nice combination. I've had a horrible date. Say hi Tyson, says Noah Zollinger. You know, people who are like, you know, if your name was just Tyson, I'd get that. I'm always like, why is it that hard to have your own YouTube account? Is it like, you know, so I get sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's my parents. They be crazy. But like, is that really that common? Is that really what's happening there? Or are you committing identity fraud? I think it's much more likely that second one. Fill the overworld in Nether with flowers. Yeah, I think that might make it look prettier, actually. Or I could just make a new overworld in the Nether and fill that with flowers, have like 2 biomes. Or I could just fill a biome with flowers anyway. Yeah, that might be a fun idea. Drain a river and fill it with blue flowers. More bad ideas. You know, I have already drained a river. I was considering filling it with lava after 1 point whatever the heck, but I like your idea too. Toycat, the question is, Toycat, are you committing identity fraud? I mean, it is very suspicious that I explicitly call myself Toycat when I claim my name is Andrew. It's almost like I changed my legal name from Toycat to Andrew. Seems weird that I would do that. You know, there's got to be more to this mystery. We're just not seeing it right now, but we will. Drain an ocean and fill it with jungle planks. I meant bad ideas to flowers, but you're not. Keep on doing this, fellas. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Okay, so now we got a trillion of these. Oh no. A trillion of these things right here, azure bluettes. Now we can move on to another flower that's like common enough that I would want it, I guess. Honestly, at some point I just need to have like a dedicated box for all of these, but in the meantime, put the 45 back in there. And we need rose bushes. I guess we need them in... You know, rose bushes are easier to do. So we just do this, spam a trillion times. It's not the most efficient way to get dyes, but it is the easiest. My legal name is my YouTube name, says David Solomano. I think legal names are a really smart idea. If you think about the concept of, like, again, the local village or even a large town, even real life, like, names make sense. I'm glad we have names. Also, hey, thank you so much, Master Meme Card. That is a master meme donation, if you ask me. Or tip. So you know, it even says the right word. You know, Master Meme Card, can I not only appreciate you on the incredible generosity, let me not only compliment you on that and how nice of you that was to do, and how unexpected and undeserved I feel, but also doing it via Streamlabs, second level. Also knowing the terminology of tips versus being like, here is a big donation. You know, again, like, I'm fine. You know, any form of giving money is appreciated and polite. But the hero of the day is the generosity in a, you know, like, I think this is like a real thing, right? Like, being nice to someone, people say it's hard, but it's like, it's easy enough. Being nice to someone in a big way, that's hard. Being nice to someone in a big way that, you know, that not being nice in a way that you enjoy, but it's in a way someone else enjoys. Like, I'm sure everyone has this experience where someone insists on, like, you know, I can name a trillion examples. We can talk all day about them. But like, I don't know. I'm getting getting married for legal reasons, and my mother's like, so you're holding a party, right? And I'm like, no, I don't really want one. She's like, I'm holding you a party. I'm like, that's not what I want. She's like, yeah, it's my gift to you for your birthday. It's like, what is, you don't get to like offer someone something they don't want and pretend you're doing a good thing. I mean, I guess you do. I guess that's what we do all the time. But like, it's like a different level of nice thing, right? It's so you don't get to pretend you're like, oh yeah, this is me doing this wonderful thing. But we love to do it all the time because, again, being nice is hard, and you know what's not hard? doing things you want to do. Recreate the famous Canadian tulip festival. You know what? What I should actually do. Okay, so I've been following this this whole NFT business. See, I know terminology from important discussions that we are having as a collective. Also, hey, thank you, Zach Gavin, for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the Cool Cat Club. I should name these shulker boxes like different things for the different dies in them. But yeah, Zach Gavin. It is it's a hard thing to be nice. Like being nice on ult is actually like even though like I'm totally dragging on that particular situation. Like sure, it is a form of being nice. It is nicer than not doing those things. But also like sometimes people need to know like, oh yeah, you it's the truest form of nicety. The one that's the hardest to do is knowing what someone would actually appreciate the most. Like spotting the different levels of enjoyment and listening to the one that has the best. Congrats on your pretend gay wedding. I'll send you flowers, but I would send you flowers, but you're indifferent to floral things. See, there you go, Jacqueline Smith. Even that, right? Even that, like, I would do something, but I know you're indifferent. That's showing you remember. And also, you know, if you did say I'm going to send you flowers, and I said no, and then you said yes, I am, or you said oh, I won't do it then. You know, you get to get let off the hook for something. You know, you get a slightly easier time, and at the same time, you get the good feeling of like you could have done that. Those flowers aren't for dye; they're for the wedding. I don't want to talk about it too much. I feel like I'm saying something vaguely incriminating as I do this right now. But if you rename the shulkers and then place them in an item frame, the name will be visible. Not suggesting, just saying it's a thing. Rename the shulkers. Oh yeah, if you rename any item in an item frame, that's true, right? Like I think it's one of those cool Minecraft features that is underutilized. But it is a thing that is a thing that I'm aware of. Okay, we'll place that there, and then that there. I guess we could then... Now, that's probably the best way we can organize this particular box. Then we'll take the tulips out, and now this is fine. Okay, so throw the peonies back in there, as well as the rose bush. We got the blue orchids. Perfect. Actually, I should move the 12 orange tulips, as well as the 35 white ones, back to here as well. Perfect. Now we're going to do Oxide Daisy. I think this is white, right? I think I already have white dye. So we're going to move on straight to Lilac. Is Lilac 2 high or 1 high? What dye do we get from this? Purple? See, this Toycat learns about flowers for the first time. The live stream. But no, yeah, Mr. Meme Card. I'd say. Oh, magenta. Wait, actually, how do you say this one, internet? I always have it. I always have a hard time with it. I say magenta, but actually, I'm asking you to say something via text. It's not going to work. I'll bring you many big salmon. Do you have any idea how much I love salmon? Do you have any idea? Do you know what you're joking about right now, Pluto? Do you know the lengths I have gone to eat? Do you know the things I have sacrificed in my life? Do you know the sacrifices I have made so I can eat salmon? If not, watch my favorite second channel video ever. Wait, let me see if you can just search it. Worst day ever, IBX Toycat. You can in fact find a 4-year ago video of the time I put salmon above all else, and it went tragically. There's another way to say it. See, I like Magneta. I say it like Toycat does. I say it the way Toycat does too. Don't get me wrong. I am also in that boat. But also, just because I do doesn't mean I agree with that. I pronounce it You know, some people say, "Oh, I can't make these jokes when I'm speaking. They only work in text." You know, sometimes it's said, and sometimes it's said. Okay, there we go. You're welcome, internet. That's the joke I wanted to make, but it doesn't work when you say it out loud, and it makes me infinitely sad. But I hope you can enjoy it in text form. Okay, now we're gonna move the... Oh god, we'll move the tulips up here. Yeah, we'll put these back in the inventory. We'll put the tulips up here. And then there we go. We get our lilacs right in there. Oh, we need a whole other stack of lilacs to fit in, or it's wasteful. Wow, like no delay today. Oh yeah, I accidentally used the same preset as on my yesterday's stream. For some reason, I think this is probably a bad reason. I put the ultra low latency preset on yesterday. And whenever I do a live stream, I just borrow the preset from last time, which is maybe questionable, but whatever. I do it anyway. And yeah, there you should have. Wait. Let's do it. Let's do a question. So, chat, I want you to type as soon as you hear the word I'm about to say. Type that word in chat, and then I'm gonna count down to the first person I see actually typing it, and that's gonna be our indication of how much the delay is. So, I'm gonna say the word. Oh no, chat gonna go crazy. I'm gonna say the word the. Type the. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I see. Oh god, there's so many. So it's about 5 seconds if we're being honest, right? Although maybe a little bit less for some people because typing delay. Maybe some people just typed it real fast. Thank you for the. See, no one was expecting the, huh? You know, it's a good word. It's a nice short word. Honestly, we should just. I feel like I've always wondered because YouTube never doesn't do interactions as chat messages, but you know how like some YouTubers try to get more comments by being like, oh yeah, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. I actually like reading the comments for some videos, but anyway, we should try and game it by just all day long being like, so chat, what's your favorite color? Do you want to tell me your favorite color? The is actually my favorite word. The is an underappreciated word. Let me tell you that much. Is a fact. An underappreciated fact too. Okay, I've got a second one of these shulker boxes. Oh yeah, thank you for those favorite colors. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Fun fact, sunflowers always face east, so it can be used to know which direction you're going. I did know that one, Jonathan Murphy, but not many people do. In fact, I should go find a sunflower plane somewhere in this world, just so I can get a sunflower. It is mildly frustrating not having access to any. Anyway, let's go grow some cornflowers. I've got a bunch already, but like, just seems smart to at least grow a few. Yeah, I was thinking recently, this was one of my dumb shower thoughts. I think about you in the shower chat. I mean, I don't want to, you know, you should all feel complimented right now, because I do think about you in the shower. But I was thinking, you know how we have like, what's your favorite color as a way to cool off on the hot topic? Why don't we have like a way to heat up the discussion? Like, you know, things are boring in here today. Chat, tell me a controversial opinion you genuinely believe and would like stand for, you know? What's the most controversial thing you believe and would stand up if someone questioned you on it? That's what I want to hear about. As far as I can see, I sent the first, so I'd like to send a third donation to solidify my dominance. You know what? I don't know if you did send the first, Mr. Pluto. I don't know if that's factually accurate. I'm checking the logs now. You didn't. That Pisces dude didn't. Unless I just didn't see it for some reason. Pineapples do not belong in pizza. I love how that's like, that is the modern day political divide. It's like, do pineapples belong in pizza?
I have a seed for you, it's awesome. Minus 781,114,764. Love you, bro, you're awesome.
Hey, thank you. I'm not doing any Seed Sundays right now, so I won't be checking that out. But if you want to send it to my assistant, she can check it out, and if it's like really good, when I get back to Seed Sunday, we'll make sure it's like the first one. It's at ToyCatA on Twitter. Just send it over, and it'll be great. Ooh, super straights aren't transpose. iPhone sucks. And Android good. Pencils are better than markers. Socialism is great, actually, says Madeline Conley. I mean, are you telling me that there are examples of a form of government besides the unsuccessful ones? Because that do be crazy when you say it that way. If you use a fortune tool on two full flowers, you'll get more back than bone meal. Use a fortune. Wait, you can do that? Do I have fortune on anything? I have a fortune pickaxe here. Let's see if that is factually correct. I want to see if that is. Is that meant to be? What has happened? How did this? You're not going to question it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I've got a lilac. I've got a fortune flap. Did I really get? Oh, I did. Does that seems like a bug. You know, with Minecraft Bedrock, you can never tell. There's no successful capitalism either. Yeah, that's the funny thing about people who get really defensive about capitalism or really defensive about things. It's like there is no, you know, like because people say like, oh, there's no true, you know, example of my ideal socialism. It's like there's no true example of capitalism, either, friend. Like what country do you think is true 100%? Like what world do you live in, stranger? Wait, you know, it's like I think the easiest thing you can do of any argument is just think about reverse it so that you're, and like, does it stand up? And if it sounds insane, that's how you sound to the people you're speaking to. Also, Ben Townsend, it's good to see you again. I've missed it. Also, Caramel was bad. And also, hey Toy Cat, I thought I'd say, oh, I'm way behind on these.
Friendly reminder to use Steamlabs Ute Watts. By the way, Toy Cat, I hope you are as Welsh as I am.
Lag is great. I've never heard you what a beautiful way to insult so many people at the same time. This is an amazing trick, says David Salamano. Yeah, it feels illegitimate, but I mean, you know, so does. There are lots of things that feel illegitimate, but I do anyway. Yeah, this is great. This is. I don't know how I can use this, but I want to use it maximally anyway. Anyway, caramel is not pronounced as caramel; it's pronounced as caramel. People who say caramel. Honestly, worse than people who think that there is a pure version of, you know, communism or capitalism out there. By a significant amount, honestly. At least those people you could convince with by looking at some data, you know, maybe having a good discussion. But the caramel people are always like, no, it's definitely caramel. It's like the other one is I don't know. It's not even all Americans that do this, but a lot of Americans say the word squirrel, you know? Squirrel. Squirrel. It's like, where did the E go? Where did you can't just, where'd it go? What's the deal with that? And like, it'd be fine if, like, you know, you consistently missed your E's, but that's not how it works at all. Aluminium or aluminum. I read into this after a big debate, and I think aluminum makes more sense if you're thinking about an element, but it just doesn't sit right with me. But you know, that's okay, because it's all feelings based now, the world we live in. Anyway, it's a cat. Thank you for getting me through the pandemic. You've been really helping me, and I'm sure many others love. Thank you so much, Ben Townsend. I'm sorry my terrible management abilities missed it. Also, yeah, use Streamlabs U, whatever word Lag is great used. I feel like the word twats is a swear word, but when they say twat, it feels like it's not a swear word, right? Is that true for everyone, or do you feel like one of those two words is a swear? Almost as often people think Sean is pronounced Scene, or Scene is pronounced Sean. You know what? Again, it's I totally agree. I'm glad we're on the same page. So I'm gonna get some oxide daisies, unless they give you white dye. They give you light gray again, but I don't need light gray. Or do I need light gray? I'm pretty sure I don't need light gray. I've got enough light gray. Although actually, these are also the prettiest flowers. So I'm gonna bone mill a bunch of these, just because, like, imagine a whole biome made up of these. That'd be pretty, right? Yeah, we're gonna make an oxide daisy biome, or maybe we'll just use them for a toy cat face. I don't know. Is there a green plant, or do we have to use? Oh, there's no green plant. We have to use cacti.
Southerners say caramel.
Caramel. Caramel. Caramel. My mouth is taped shut because I'm eating so much caramel. That's what that sounds like. Sean has the same energy as Aaron. You know, Aaron is a ridiculous name. I agree. I knew someone. I don't know how common a spelling this really is, but I knew someone who spelt it like Aran. Like the name Aaron is just like, you know, who even wants to name their child Aaron? What sort of a 1600s family are we living in? That this is a real name we're actually considering for a human being. You know, I don't know. I don't know what sort of 1600s family we're living in, but we must be living in one. Okay, so the pink tulips go back in here, along with the lilacs, and then the ponies, and the cornflower, and the azure bluets, and the 44 poppies. and now we make a bunch of oxide daisies. Also, Toy Cat, are you really a cat? I'm sorry you caught me. I lied. Sasha Regini, please will you forgive me? You know what? Do I forgive you? It's the bigger question. You know, I should go more aggressively on people who give me tips, but not via Streamlabs. Going in direct contradiction of what I said before. Nah. What's that? You don't know that Susan takes 30%. Also, caramel. But also, by the way, I missed Tom's say. Thank you for the checks, 50 crowns. I appreciate it. Build a mini Holland in a flattened part of your world. Tulip builds a windmill and, of course, a local weed store. I actually, you know, I
to get off housing assistance but got inspected anyway. Wasn't expecting that. Now I am being inspected again tomorrow because my landlord isn't happy. Seriously reconsidering home ownership.
I think it's like basic. There is a maths equation. It's just
what you said. I'm sorry. Where do I go to send the seed? I'm
oh,
sorry.
sorry. You know, don't be sorry to me, Daniel. Be sorry to. I should be sorry to you. I will be sorry to you. In fact, I am sorry. Toycat A on Twitter. At Toycat, and then there's the symbol A, and you send a seed over there, and she checks them all. I don't know if she does check them all actually. You know, I'm not gonna. I assume if you send pictures and it's interesting, she checks it out. But she weeds out people who are like, "Hey Toycat, I've got this amazing seed. There's a village only 600 blocks away from spawn, and I saw a ravine somewhere, I think." Like, you might think that's a joke. You might think, Toycat, you're exaggerating. You would not believe how many people... It's like, what? I understand why you're saying this is amazing, but without details, it's hard for me to believe you. Also, I'm glad your long way arrived, Mr. Unholy Banana. Also, my favorite quote from you.
My favorite quote from you: most problems can be solved by telling people to shut up and go away.
I mean, it's true. Is it not true? You just like everyone like again. I hate this is programmed like it has to be programmed into you to be like to not be bothered by strangers all the time. But like I hate that, like, if someone approaches you on the street, you can't trust that they have friendly intentions. So, like, the moment someone's, like, approaching me looking for something, I'm like, no. I say, before they even ask their question, this is rude, but I do it because it's the only way to indicate I'm in a hurry, and no matter what it is that you want, I cannot give it to you. Someone like, you know that look they give you where they're standing still, and they're, like, trying to make eye contact? I'm just like, no, I'm done already. I've been burned by this too many times. If I let you stop talking, I can't stop you talking. I can't, like, you know, when someone gives you a, you know, like this is the social contract that if you start telling a story, I'm obligated to let you continue telling the story, but I have no obligation to let you start telling a story. And because enough people have ruined that one for me, then this is over. This is. You know, the worst thing is someone just like, I was literally like, eating lunch, like enjoying a small respite in the middle of a pandemic. I had a Five Guys, and you know, this is Toycat being a heartless monster again, isn't it? But like, it's just like, I was just eating my food. I was like, having a nice low moment, and someone just keeps asking me questions, and I just kept being like, oh no, yeah, man, sorry, I don't. And he's like, no, I just want to know, have you been to the Grand Canyon? You American then? And I'm like, I have been to the Grand Canyon. Oh, you're American. I'm like, no, I've just been to America. Oh, that's really cool. I'd love to go to America. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't we all right now, maybe? I don't know what I said. And then like lots and lots of like, oh yeah, by the way, just need some. I'm like, I don't have cash. That's why we didn't start this conversation. It's 2021, man. Who does have cash? We're just ignoring that super chat. Toycat, my sister is pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad, says Danny Phantom. I'm so excited for you. I hope my sister gets pregnant one day. I hope I get to be a dad one day. And I hope those two events happen very close together. That's what I will say in response. You know, I bet based on that fact, you must be from the place where they say caramel. Also, Danielle, hello. I feel bad I missed the biome stream, but I'm here now, and I suppose that's what matters. The biomes is looking like peak modern art. I agree with that so much. I called me adorable last time I paid the toy cat tax, says Rebecca Bull. You know what? Isn't that so true? Also, I don't have a sister. If I did, that'd be cool though. Like, I want to see what me as a, I want to see what me and someone I love looks like in baby form, but I don't want to have a baby. But like, if I love my, I don't know where I'm going with this actually. Sweet Home Alabama. The great thing about Alabama, people make fun of it all the time, but I think there's a lot of upsides as well, and we have apps for that reason.
Oxeye daisies are just fried eggs. I cannot wait to see your egg biome.
I see it. I can't unsee it now. Why'd you do that to me, Jacqueline? Just because you're a florist and you know what flowers really look like, it doesn't mean you have to ruin them for me. Yeah, it's just a fried egg, isn't it, chat? It's just a fried egg. Also, love your content. Thank you, Gunza, and thank you, Salvatore Fugurino. Insert compliment here. More people should compliment me more often. That's what I'm saying. Chat, I want to know, do you think it's rude to, like, say no to people before they... My point about despawning after 5 minutes is that you don't have to keep collecting them so often, but you laughed at my unintended joke, so I didn't correct you until now. Okay, can everyone take back a laugh from Chantal? Can we all have a... Wait, Chantal. Can we all have a unlaugh? Everyone do a un-ha-ha-ha. Also, Toycat is being a heartless monster. I hate anyone who feels like they have an obligation to your time. And I know that's like terrible, but because I live on the internet and I give people my time for free for a living. But like, there's a difference between choosing to give your time and someone approaching you to something that they're not expecting you to be like, oh yeah, I'm so excited, this is my moment. They're like, it's the expectation is that you will feel awkward enough that you're like, come on, or like, that's my controversial take. What if they're a viewer though, and you thought they were a homeless person? Oh no, like that. First of all, you know what? I'm sure I have viewers who are homeless, and to my homeless viewers, I say, you know what? Sorry about that. Hope you're doing well. You still collect them every time, and that's the real pain here. You know what? I just can't bring myself to like leave them be for too long. Like I can do it once, but then it's like, oh, but the flowers. It just feels impolite, Also, talking about people should be illegal. I think before, like we're always talking about consent as a society, and how like, that works. I think before you could initiate a conversation, especially in public, like in private, I understand what two people do behind closed doors. None of my business. In public, you're gonna start a conversation. You better have a consent form filled out. You better be asked. Like I don't know. That's my. I think some people enjoy that, and that's great. Those people can wait. They can go through there and do that. And I always seem so heartless when I talk about this because I'm not talking about the humanity. I'd like to also add in here. There is a real humanitarian and housing crisis that does need to be fixed. I can agree with that and think that is a thing, and at the same time think that I don't want to be spoken to by strangers. Some people like get it twisted, like, oh, so you just hate, insert group people, and it's like, well, first of all, I mean, I'm allowed to hate groups of people, even if they're, I guess you're not actually allowed to hate groups of people based on their group identity. I mean, you're allowed to in the sense that like no one can stop you, but it's probably bad form to be like, I hate people with the name Scene. You ever notice how people with the name Scene are pronouncing it wrong? Annoys me. I know it's weird, but I like peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. You should try it. I hate peanut butter. That's my... Oh, I keep picking up flowers. You're right. I can fix that. I hate peanut butter. Like, I don't even know why. I love peanut flavored... No, not even peanut. I like peanut butter flavored things. Like, Butterfingers are probably my favorite chocolate bar. I'm allowed to hate groups of people. I think if you hate groups of people... Okay, this is my mental morality system. I think hating people for their immutable characteristics is impolite. If I hate you just based on the fact that you are a woman, or if I hate you on the fact that your eye color is blue, or if I hate you on the fact that you were born with a speech impediment, I think those are rude things. you know, ideally we should. I don't think you can stop people from judging based on those things, but we can, you know, it shouldn't be. It is a faux pas, not a crime in most jurisdictions. It's actually a crime if you make employment decisions based on it. There's an act in America that's after that. But I think you can hate people for their decisions. I don't think you should. But I think like if that decision is in direct contradiction to how I want to live my life, like I think, you know, for instance here, I think people who you know, talk. Well, actually, it's hard to. There's not many. I think people who walk too slowly. I've said this before. If we execute them, it will suck for a while. People will be like, I walked too slowly and I got executed. But then in like 2 years' time, when people are, you know, like when you're walking down the street, just pick a side if you're gonna go slowly. Like it's kind of like, you know, when you're going down the highway, you pick a lane to go in, right? There's the fast lane. I haven't driven a car, so I'm guessing here. You drive in the fast lane or you drive in the slow lane. You don't drive in the middle of both lanes and don't check your rear mirrors. But people do that when they walk all the time. That behavior, sorry, you are on my personal, you know, would systemically eliminate based on that behavior list. What about culture? Having conversations with strangers is an everyday thing for Americans. It's an everyday thing in small America. I think in a big city that is insanity. Like I see it all the time in New York, but I think New York's like an exception because they're all Italians or whatever. I think the casual conversation on the street, no bueno. Damn, how upsetting I got executed. Slow walkers from the grave. Exactly, that's what they'll be saying. And I'll be saying, well, walk faster next time. How about that? Also, by the way, I missed your tip from before. I forgot to mention from before. The thing about renting, owning thing is like, yeah, cool. I actually think that's the least important thing to me about ownership versus renting. I like the route that ends up with the least headache possible. And I feel like you actually do get so much of a headache from renting in a lot of places. Also, have you ever thought about how weird it is that you end up talking to people for a living when you fundamentally don't like people? I actually do. I thought about it a lot. I think it is a funny kind of like mistake. I know. I'll be honest. The only reason I started speaking my videos because I realized like kind of early on that people who do just gameplay, I have no interest in their videos. I watch it for the. I'll watch it because I'm interested in the thing they're doing. I don't have an interest in them. But whenever people like speak about something about themselves or whatever, I'd be like, oh yeah, I like to hear about this. It's some gameplay, but it's also, you know, some real stuff. You know, let's talk about you know, what happens when we die. Let's talk about what happens. I mean, the fast lane wasn't just made up to make a metaphor. I think the fast lane is real, and if you don't think the fast lane is real, then you need to stop living your life in the slow lane, friend. What if an elderly person wants like directions or something? There are obvious exceptions, right? Oh, you think there are exceptions, Cream of Mushroom? You better believe your grandmother, not your grandmother. No, your grandmother. First time she inconveniences me by walking in the center of the street. Oh no, you mean about talking. You mean about talking, not about can she talk to me in public. You know, old people learn to use phones. You know, I don't like that either. Actually, I understand why old people find phones so hard. You know, I'll give old. Actually, I actually do give old people an exception to the rule. Every time I speak to an old person, I'm like shocked by how the conversation goes, but I'm never like exhausted by it. Also, anyway, so I only started out of the entire like this is the better business decision. To be, you know, to talk rather than to not. But then I, you know, like obviously I realized in the middle of it, like somewhere you can really spot where I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. Where I started doing like Toy Cat podcasts and stuff like that. I you know, obviously the idea of a podcast doesn't mean something I've been successful at. But whenever I was starting those, I was like, oh yeah, I like the talking bit a lot too. Like I love sharing things I like about YouTube. Did that grow by itself? I love sharing things that I care about with Minecraft and YouTube, and like I like talking about things, you know, like specifically. but also I just love the like, let's just have a conversation vibe. And I think what it is, I say I dislike people, and that's a simple way to put it. But I think it's in reality is like, I dislike the social rules by which we all, for some reason, tie ourselves to. And that's a lot more complex to word out. Like I think most people who say they hate people don't hate people. They hate most people. I mean, I think everyone hates most people. But it's like, it's impolite to say that, so some people pretend. You know, if you pretend something hard enough, you start to believe it. The whole fake it till you make it thing. If you believe that you love talking to people and you keep trying to do it different times, I think you can. You know, there's this term of like introverts who are like good enough pretending to be extroverts. You can be good at conversation, and you can be good at talking to people, even if you don't like people, air quotes. Because ultimately, usually it's like, you know, like I like some big talk. I like a little bit of small talk, but I'm a big fan of like big talk. Whoa, what's this all about? And like just like realizing that like, oh yeah, as long as you know someone well, you can just transition like that. Like, hey chat, what did you eat for breakfast today? Also, I would like to know, you know, like existentially, do you think that being good or bad actually matters? Like, we all like to be good in our own story, but like, does being good matter to anyone really? You know, outside of not getting arrested, do you care about if you're a good or a bad person, or do you care if you look like a good or a bad person? You know, like what is more important to you? Telling a stranger your life story in public should be a crime. Yeah, that is a rough one. That is an all too common. I think again, I think that's those people who are on the opposite side. They love people, right? I have a shirt that says I used to be a people person, then people ruined it. Says adorable ho. I'm glad we're both hilariously introverted and/or dislike people that much. I know, like also for the second channel, can you do a video about universities? I don't know. You mean like where they are and stuff? I find university campuses to be fascinating places. Like I can tell you that much. I don't know what I could do video-wise with it though. Also, don't be started. It's always an argument that we aren't intrinsically good or bad. It's a collection of what influences us leads to people's conception of what's you good or bad. Yeah, it's I totally agree with that, Dodgem. Like I think we create behaviors that are good and bad as like kind of standards by which things go by. But like it's very hard to find someone you can find someone you know well and point to them as being objectively bad. The more you know about someone, the more they always end up being flawed, not good or bad. Make a podcast called the Toycast, says I. Honestly, the reason I don't want to do the reason that podcast has never succeeded, and the reason... Can you die signs yet? You cannot die signs yet. The reason that I've never successfully done one is because I don't like that you have to talk to sponsors, or if you don't want to do the sponsors route, you do a Patreon route. But like, you know, it feels weird to have a Patreon. I think it's fine to have a Patreon for a specific project, but like, how do I promote the podcast without explicitly promoting the Patreon? What, do I have to give rewards for that? It feels like you could, and if you don't, it feels someone's going to be upset. It's like, you have to deal with people either way. Like, podcast funding can't be done by just, I don't know, like that. You have to have like a system that involves people. Kind of like these live streams. Like these live streams are funded by people, but it's in a very, very loose way. Dying Science comes in 1.17. Yeah, I knew I'd heard about it recently, but I wondered if I'd heard about it in 1.16.2 or 1.17. I'm glad it's coming soon. Maybe you could do a video on like the best located universities. I'm trying to link it to your channel. Are you going to university soon, Ben Townsend? Is that what you're trying to get at here?
No one person knows the truth. It can only be found by combining many perspectives and evaluating the evidence.
Yeah, I think the concept of like, how do I put this? One of the most basic things that people still barely understand when they hear like some giant allegation about a thing is that the easiest, succinctest way to put this is there's three sides to a story, right? There's his side, her side, the truth. Humans, when we tell a story, we intrinsically bias it towards ourselves. I was at the store today, And actually, wait. No, let me tell. Okay, you know, can I tell you about this interaction I had today? This is one of those things that made me real sad, like as a person, because I thought someone was being nice to me, and it turns out they weren't being nice to me, and like, I don't know why that hurt me, but like I thought like, oh, someone's being so nice, and I was like, oh no, you were actually being the opposite of nice. Anyway, so let me tell you a story here that relates to this Vitellini. So so I keep doing it manually every time. We can fix that. So there's this donut truck that's near where I live. They sell donuts. I remember them being amazing donuts, but I got them today. Not particularly good donuts, but we'll leave that to the side. So the story here, from my perspective, is they sell, I think it's like 7 donuts for like £2.50, or like 10 donuts for £3, something like that. And so they that's the price of donuts, and they're freshly baked or freshly fried. And so I say, because even 7 donuts is honestly too much for me. But like if those are the amounts, oh, can I have 7 donuts? And she's like, 7 donuts, yeah. And she's like, you know what? You should you know you can have 10, or I don't know the way she said it actually. Let me think about it. But she said something to that effect, right? Like no, have 10. And I was like, oh, that's so wholesome. This old lady working this donut thing. It's just gonna give me 10 donuts anyway. And then like just before she gives them, she's like 10, right? And like I don't know, like at the same time I'm realizing like, oh yeah, like because she's like, you know, she's like standing by the sign, like she's right next to it, and she's like, you know, 10 or 7 right after that. And it's like, oh no, you're not offering to give me 10. You ignored my request to have 7 and instead tried to insist that I have 10. And then I thought it was nice, but it was actually you just upselling me in a business, right? And I don't know why that upset me, but I was like, oh yeah. So I thought this was a wholesome moment in my day. It was actually like just being upsold on something. Like, no, actually, I do know from looking at they only sell, there's only 2 quantities of donuts she sells. And she was like, no, it's not enough that you buy my donuts. You must buy the maximum amount of donuts that I sell. So you know, she's a wholesome lady. I pay for my donuts, but it was like, oh yeah, that like assumption of niceness is probably like a bad thing to do emotionally anyway. But like I then later on, I had a bunch of, actually, it was these exact cans. You can probably see it's a really dented can if you look at it. So I bought an 8-pack of these at Lidl, great UK supermarket. Give it a try sometime. You haven't given it a try sometime, you're missing out. So I've got a whole shocker box full of those now. We're gonna grab another thing. Okay, purple. We got yellow. No, we don't have yellow actually. I think we're missing. Yeah, we're gonna make a bunch of yellow dye. It's the easiest one to make, but we'll do it anyway. Also, thank you so much, Leviathan224. But chicken want cake. Chicken really badly want cake, apparently. If you put a hopper below the jumping cake chicken, you have an egg farm. That is factually accurate. So, I took out hello there, new viewer, and your chat seems amazing. Your stories are fun and your chat's so helpful. Hey, thank you, Starry Nights with an X. So, later on, I bought 8 of these drinks at Lidl because like I wanted to try some spicy lime flavored Coke, and on the way home, the drinks all drop on the ground. I won't name names here, but the drinks drop on the ground because of an action. I'm being fun here. So anyway, so they all fall on the ground, and then like someone from the other side of the street like turns around and is like, oh, like because we're like struggling with it. Like I was holding a giant monitor in a hand, and like, you know, like there were no hands free. It was gonna be very hard to pick up. And the guy like turns around and he's like, oh, do you want some help with that? And just like instinctually, because like my whole like, oh god, it's a stranger on the street talking to me. This is gonna be a bad request. I was like, no. Like just immediately didn't even think about it. And like I feel so bad about that. Like, oh yeah, because of my desensitization to assuming that strangers, when people are trying to be nice, it's actually a trick into trying to be not nice. They're like, oh yeah, someone was gonna help me out, and like, you know, it seems like I rudely was just not even considering their assistance. Because at the very, you know, like I said, thank you, you know, for offering, of course, like in the generic, like, oh yeah, thanks. But like not being able to be like, yeah, no, that's really appreciated, or, you know, something like that, a real thank you at the very least for lack of services. And it burns me, and it's like, someone was being really nice to me But my assumption, and you know, 99% of the time, if you assume someone who approaches you on the street is in fact not there out of wholesome generosity, but is instead trying to sell you something, you'll be correct more often than not. But it doesn't mean it's not heartbreaking when you're wrong. Who hurt you and made you super sensitive being taken for a ride? Me, it was pretty much everyone. I think what it is, this is just my take on it. I think what it is if you're, again, like if you're very, I don't know who the word is, like trusting, there are people in the world who will learn to take advantage of that trust. And that is why you need to, you know, like, use the words close yourself off or whatever, and you'll seem cold or whatever. Like, I think there is a real element to that. I don't know how much of it is, but it's a thing. Sounds like a trauma response, says Alcazar. I don't know about trauma. I think it's, I mean, like, I think trauma is real, just to clarify. I apologize for it, but I also think, like, just trying to bother other people when you're going through something bad, like, I've got like an instinct against it, right? Like, something goes wrong, that is a me problem. You know, like when I have good moments, I can choose to share those with people. But if you're not gonna give people your best, you don't need to steal them at your worst, I guess, is how I would put that. Like, you know, okay, let's find the stream version of this. I think that it's I think that it's like vaguely, you know, like for some reason the guy keeps coming to mind, but the guy was like, oh yeah, you're gonna 1v1 me on this server that I'm picking on Java. You're gonna stop your stream and you're gonna do it. I feel like that's like a vaguely rude thing, and I feel like it's the same thing with like, oh yeah, you're watching this live stream and you haven't ever watched BoJack Horseman because I'm gonna watch it afterwards. Stop what you're doing, watch it with me. Start from season 4, episode 3. I don't care that you haven't watched the show. Start from, no, I'm at season 4, episode 4 is where I'll be. I'm gonna order some dessert and I'm gonna watch that. You're gonna watch it with me and you're gonna eat dessert. Oh, what's that? You don't want to? Well, I'm gonna give you something you care about. There's no like equivalent of giving cash. Also, thank you, Hi Cat. How's your day going? Says Oliver Suili. It was going pretty bad, but I feel like this stream. See, there's something about like when this stream has been the first thing that's just gone pretty okay. You know, everything's been good, wonderful. We've got a bunch of resources that will help for some future Minecraft projects. Things have picked up today, and that's nice. Oh god, I'm hot, by the way. I'm gonna take off my Grand Canyon hoodie. Wow, did you guys know I've been to I went to the Grand Canyon and I've even bought a hoodie. It costs $30 and it's one of the lowest quality hoodies I've ever bought, by the way. Which I guess is what happens when you buy. Is it called merch if you buy it for like a real place? Andrew 1v1 me right now. Like you know, like I think it's one thing to be like, hey guys, would you wanna watch this show with me? We could sync it up. It's interesting. It's a show I like. It's another thing to be like demanding it. Look, I'm giving you shout outs right now. Cherry Coke, you have to watch that show. I gave you a shout out. Cherry Coke, shout out to Cherry Coke, who's watching. It's like, nah, that's bold. That's why one of the worst things, like, this is why I'm so bad at YouTube. Like, giving people, can't believe you bought the standard tourist merch. Very uncontrarian of you. I bought it because my friend bought it, and my plan was to wear it every time he did. But I actually started to like, I had the exact same hoodie just without it, and I was like, oh, I can show how cool I am. I've been places, I have. But yeah, I don't usually like buying standard stuff like that, and I don't even know why. Like I don't like to be the guy who's just like hating things for no reason. Actually, that's what I like to do my entire life. But I have no particularly good reason why I dislike it, but something just feels wrong about when you go like, the first one I spotted was, I think it was like the CN Tower in Toronto. I was just like, I remember that there were so many things around and so many people looking for them. And I was like, if you're forcing me to go for a gift shop, it's clearly not a very good gift shop. And then I was like, oh, that's all gift shops. That was like the moment it clicked that like, anytime a place has a gift shop that is prominently, you know, like they build the design around forcing you to go there, it's not worth going there. If something is good, you'll generally seek it out, right? I think advertising makes a lot of sense, but I think like deceptive advertising is when you know something's not good. Like, can I tell you the weirdest thing? Also, Toy Cat, I don't even know what that means, Royal Kitty Cat, but I read your comment. Peep the pay-to-win biome, says Olive Wire. Do you wanna see your sign I dedicated to you and your wife? I want to say could be girlfriend. You know, if I think the great thing about having a wife is that you technically do and don't have a girlfriend at the same time. There are so many signs across this. There you go. I did it for you. It's a real nice biome, huh? This is I agree with the chat interpretation of this being a modern art biome. I guess it looks better than it could have given the circumstances, so we should be thankful it doesn't look worse. Amanda and Jeff's is my favorite. You know, I try my best. I try my best to honor their relationship. I'm sorry, Dale, but Amanda loves Jeff, and that has to come first in this relationship. Okay, bunch of dandelions. So many dandelions. Do we need more dandelions? We need more dandelions. Oh, we could get a bunch of poppy roses, and then we can make orange dye. And then we could just store the orange dye somewhere separate. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get more. You know, I need more dandelions anyway, though. More dandelions, more better. Honor me by digging me a grave, says Alcazar. You know what? I would, but you know what? It's impossible. Biome is too well done. You're gonna have to do that yourself, darn it. Please show mine, says Funcat1. Oh no, I shouldn't have done it once. Now I've opened the floodgates to do it a billion times. See, that's one of the things about being a YouTuber too that like makes you close off. It's like if you do something once, there's like an expectation you do it repeatedly. And even though like I really do like a lot of stream regulars, like there is that problem with like, okay, you know Funcat1. By the way, I only learned recently that the cat in Funcat stands for Catherine. I feel or Caitlin, and I feel really dumb. Like, oh yeah, that's why most people name themselves Cat. It's not because they're idiots like me who just think that it's a short name. But like you know, you look at the members, you look at the regulars that aren't members, because it's not just tied to being a membership. And you're like, yeah, these are people. You have a parasocial relationship to me. You know, let's be honest. It is incredibly parasocial what we have here. But also, I have the same in reverse for you. You only see from me these live streams we do 3 or 4 times a week, and I only see from you a few messages in those. Like something that really worried me recently is someone told me, like, oh yeah, in between the messages you read from them, this person says some really distressing things. And like, I was like, nah. And then like once I spotted it and I was like, oh yeah, you can, like, even if it's happening in front of you, like the number of things in my real life that have happened like in front of me and that I've missed is kind of scary and interesting to think about. But the fact that it happens on the internet and the fact that, like, again, Olive Wire, you know, I think you're fun. You could stomp puppies in your spare time. Ben Townsend, you know what? Townsend, I don't like where the towns end. I'm a fan of cities, personally. It's Kathran, it's not Kathran, it's Caitlin. You know, it's definitely not Kathran, I agree. You know, Kath does not run, because running is a lot of work. That's my take. But yeah, I think there's a lot of fun regulars. I don't even like to like name them because again, even the idea of naming the idea that there are regulars makes people go like, whoa, I am outside. And so there is this interesting thing with like, I know like in obligation and interaction. Like most social interactions are fun when you choose to do them, and they're less fun when they're an obligation. Like that's how I try to do a lot of formal things. I like try to joke around with it. In some cases, they love a good joke, and in some cases, they hate a good joke. But also, none of us are real toy cat. We're just simulations for your entertainment, says Chloe Booth. Exactly. That is the way I get happiest thinking about it. You're all just all of you just exist for the sole purpose of me having someone to talk to while I talk to myself. I'm in a mental hospital right now. This isn't a real situation. I'm just like, yeah, go, you go good, Pluto. Parasocial, if you will. You know, I won't, Pluto. How about that? You gonna stop me? You gonna stop me? You can't stop me. You know, I always like to say that, you know, everyone always says, like, will you? And it's like, you know, maybe I won't. We ever considered that as an option? Because we should. I don't even know why. Are these flowers for anything or just because? I need a bunch of dye. I do like the idea of making a flower biome, so I've got a bunch of oxized daisies. I'm gonna give it a try. It might be terrible. It might be good. We don't know. Yeah, for some reason, red flowers and yellow flowers are the only ones that seem to grow each other instead of just themselves. I wonder if they're just, like, intrinsically tied. That one, Azure Bluet, holding on for dear life when you pour the water. I'm just an AI program to find out more about your life, says Adorable Ho. We got people coming in and out of the audience, says Graphene Pixel. Yeah, that's one of the things about live streams that, like, it feels less cozy and nice and warm when you think about it. But, like, that's what it really is. It's like a very large group of people. There's maybe, like, 50 people in the center of the room talking. And even some of those 50 people switch in and out. But otherwise, it's just this huge group that's, like, switching in and out. And we hope that they enjoy what they see. Wait, chat, I like to do this just to prove a point. If you haven't typed a single message this entire live stream, literally not one. I know you're probably watching this in a way where it's hard to type a message, or you just don't want to. That's not what you get from live streams. Say something now. Say, I have not typed a message. Say, just, you know, that's a lot of effort. Just say, I'm Welsh if you haven't typed a message so far this stream. You know, you don't have anything to say, but you'd like to say that you're there. Prove that you exist. I'm Welsh. Oh, there we go. See, look how many of those there are. That is the, you're not Mustafa and the Henry Cariani, LG something, MVOW, Champagne Future. You can't make me. You know, that's the beautiful thing about the internet. I can't, you're right. But like there's like hundreds of these rolling in. And that's just the people who decided to do it. There's lots of people who are like, nah, not true at all. And I think it's, I'm Welsh. You know what? You can always be Welsh, but you know what the one up from Welsh is? Welsh. Oh, Big Salmon's still in there. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Yeah, this is truly the best biome. This is why people ask me to convert this world to Java all the time, and the first reason I can't is because it's like, it's exclusively a Bedrock map because of the way the marketplace works. But the second reason I can't is because the artistic integrity would be ruined by the lack of Big Salmon. Like, is it the Toy Cat Let's Play world if there aren't Big Salmon? I would say, I would wager a guess as to say no. Actually, that's not how that works. I've already typed messages, but I'll do it again anyway, says Jack Blevins. And that is your right. I'm gonna quickly order dessert, by the way. Okay, you know what, chat? Can I want someone to be impressed with me for this in a way that I can't quite describe. But also, thank you, Gerald K. I'm not Welsh because I said something. You don't need to be Welsh. Honestly, there are too many Welsh people. I've been thinking for a while. See, it's not okay to dislike people because they're Welsh. But people who choose to continue living in Wales, that's a-okay to... You know, you might as well continue hating them. Can't builds flower biome. Can't builds flower biome indeed. So yeah, we've... I actually think I'm missing quite a few flowers that I need to probably bone mill a bunch of. So yeah, I just ordered some ice cream. Okay, I want someone to appreciate this for me, chat. So if you could all be my proud, loving parents for a moment. My surrogate proud, loving parents, of course. I usually like, when you use like food delivery apps, it's expensive, right? It always seems cheap. They're like, oh, Simon Horenpy is Welsh. Welsh language is gibberish. You know what? People call it a language, but I think that's pretty generous to that poppycock. I like the word poppycock. That's one of my favorite British words. Sounds like I'm talking about my childhood crush's extremities, but I assure you, I'm in fact saying nonsense. Anyway, I think I'm playing your latest version of Let's Play Well right now, says Silent Stormer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to with 1.17, or maybe just before. Again, we haven't worked out the timeline. I'm gonna do a re-release so people can download this biome and enjoy it for themselves. I mean, truly, this can only be enjoyed in person. It kind of looks bad on the video, but it looks so great in person. With my own two eyes, it looks so much better than it does in the video. But yeah, let's quickly go to sleep. What is the British language? Can you speak it? I can't, Comrade Clyde. Also known as one of the many people chatting that definitely is distinct and not just a part of the collective chat. I remember one of the most upsetting things, one of the most upsetting trains for people once was that time I was like, you know, I'm going to be real with you. A lot of you, I don't see you as individuals. You're part of the collective chat. When Jeremy says something, or, you know, when Mattis Svobardia says something, it's the same as if Boone the Goon says something. That's a fun name you have there. Or Hasty12 Whitey. You know, the difference in terms of how my brain formulates that relationship is not any different. You get what I'm saying? There we do. What will you call the flower field? Says Andreas Elmend. I haven't thought that far ahead. Honestly, I do want to do something fun with flowers. But mostly, the biggest reason I'm doing this is for dyes. The flowers are a fun secondary benefit. He's talking about chat and not chat again. Help. Hey, thank you, Pygol. You're not Pygol. You know what you are? Not chat, right? Noah, it's good to see you as always, Pygol. See, there's another funny like multi-layered dimension thing to it with like when your spot someone is regularly there, like is dependable as a characteristic I like in real life, and this is like a Warrior of the Parasocial thing. Like, you know, we say I'm not a big fan of people, but like one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of people is because they're not reliable. Like, it's just an okay thing in a lot of spaces in life. Like I have very few friends who aren't like this, where they're not like, you know, if you again the whole like, oh yeah, if I say I will do a thing, I will do it. I've got a couple of friends who are really incredible at that, and like I like them so much more as friends. And I've got a couple of friends who, you know, I've ranted about the Jeff thing before, but like I have friends who just like won't say they're not coming. They won't just admit it. Just say you're not. Like they feel awkward about saying they're not coming to a thing. You know, they feel bad about it, and so they do the much worse thing, but it doesn't feel bad because they don't have to think about it, of just not saying anything or waiting till the last possible minute to say something. Or just, you know, not saying they're late to the last minute, etc. Like, it's that is like a lack of dependability. When someone says they're gonna do something, you're like, oh yeah, let's do this thing. It's important. Then the last minute, they're like, I have changed my, and like, you know, doing it sometimes is fine. You know, we're not perfect reliability machines, but like not deciding till the last minute means you decided, you just forgot to notify the person that it would have mattered most to. Also, I don't really need the red flowers. I just realized now that I guess I have those rose bushes anyway. Okay, so we're going to finish filling this with roses, or poppies, or whatever craziness that is. And also more of these. Then we'll throw the rest in here. It feels like a waste to throw poppies in here, but sure, we'll do that. And then we'll finish with, okay, we need this to be in there. We'll put that in there as well. And now we'll finish up just for fun here. We'll do some more rose bushes because I think if you're gonna do like this is way more efficient than using bone meal to my eye. So bone meal goes in here. Yeah, the way more efficient thing, the bone meal usage. Oh, also we're gonna have to pick this up before we go today. So here's a fun one I learned just today, and a lot of people seemed shocked by this too. Is it a bug? Is it a feature? Who knows? With Bedrock, is you can break it and you'll get multiple bushes back. We got 4 there. Then we break those 4, and we break those, and we get 19. It goes pretty insane, huh? Also, I will say, sometimes, so make a pixel art image with flowers, so when you fly over in the field, you can see it. Says, says Stuart Baker. Oh, I just missed one from Cream of Mushroom that says I already donated, but you didn't read it. Hope you'll see this one. Oh, Cream of Mushroom, I am very sorry. You paid your first Toycat tax and I missed it. I am a monster. I will say it's sometimes hard to know if you'll be late. Though, okay, you know, here is my actual mental feeling on this one. Let me share this with you. Maybe you find this illuminating or maybe hypocritical. Every live stream I set up under the thing of like...
I usually watch your streams after they happen. This is the first time I'm here live. I absolutely love how real you get in the stuff that you talk about. Take my money.
No, thank you so much, Contopia. See, I can tell you've been here a lot based on the Streamlabs usage, my hero. But no, thank you very much, Contopia. And I'm glad you like what we talk about. I feel like weird, not insecure about it, but I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing in the gaming space for doing what we do here. But whenever I read a tip like yours, it's nice. So yeah, let's talk about the lateness thing, shall we? Because here's my take on it. I set live streams to be to the nearest hour, roughly. Like, if I set a live stream to be 8 or 9 p.m. UK time. In your own time, you'll see that as if you live in, like, East Coast America, like 4 or 5 p.m. If you live in West Coast, like, that converts to your time zone. You know what that time is in your own time. However, a stream doesn't start at 8. You know, it's not... That's never been how it is. It's like, that's when we, like, start the stream prep process. And, like, sometimes that's, like, 2 minutes. Sometimes we get it ready before so we can be there. And sometimes, like, something crazy will happen. I've got to finish a video. And it's like, you know, it'll take an extra 20 minutes to be there. That to me isn't late. That is, YouTube doesn't let you schedule something for, like, you have to do it to the nearest 5 minutes. And also, hey, thank you, Nikari. YouTube doesn't give you, like, here is a range for when it will start kind of thing. And the other worst thing about YouTube is because it gives you notifications, like, X time before it starts. If I set it way ahead of time, you know it's a bug, lol. Do I know it's a bug? That's the question. And now we have a trillion red dyes. Oh god, too many red dyes. Too many red dyes. And now we take some of those yellow flowers that we have too much of. And you know what we do? We create some orange dyes by making some yellows. And there we go. Not many orange dyes, actually. But still, a number of them. For the other 4 in here, I'll combine those 2 together. And we're good to go. And now we take the... Oh, God, we don't have the space. But YouTube doesn't, like, give you a range. And if you start a live stream on the second half of that, so instead of saying 8 to 8:20, which is what 8 means, like, if I put it as 8:20 and I start at 8:15, people... Not only does YouTube not, like, kind of let you warn people it might start here, it will just start and they'll be shocked. But the other side of things is people would prefer to be early than prefer to be late. And so I have to be on... You know, you get me? If they're going to be early or on time, because that's what they want to be, I have to be late or on time. And the perfect thing is to try and be perfectly on time all day, every day. But really that means being, you know, wildly early and then not streaming. So what we instead do is we set it up for roughly that time. I think, honestly, it is definitely a miscommunication. It's one of those, like... It is one of those things that is incredibly... Like, again, when you have to explain the whole system... When there's, like, a third party involved, like, it does get a bit trickier, like, explaining something like that. But if I am going to miss a stream, you know, I will try... If it gets, like, an hour late, I actually feel, like, legitimately bad about that. In a way that, like... I feel like I've let some people down. And maybe you could argue that you shouldn't be that harsh. But I would argue, actually, it's good to be. Sometimes we've got to... Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of chests to store all this dye, huh? Or I could just get another shulker box out and specifically store the stuff in there. That's not a bad idea either. So let's put all of the bone meal in a chest. All the bones in a chest first. That's an easy first step. 5 bones. Oh god, I can't do that. Let's go get a shulker box just for my red dye, shall I? We'll put it in the red shulker box. There we go. That's me being clever. Me, I'm a sharp, late with a nice coffee type without guilt. You don't feel any guilt? Like, again, like it's fine because it's in your real life. I'll be honest, I don't notice your lateness. Yeah, you deserve that pain. But like, do you really not feel any guilt from showing up late? Like, I feel like that's like a joke to cover the pain, right? But if it's not, are British people real? No, British people are an invention to sell people tickets around the London Eye or something like that. There are no real British people. There are just British people. I love the idea of hiding chests underground out of sight for overflow. I totally should do that. I mean, I do have a second set of chests down there. It would be a waste not to use them. The thumbnail's wrong. It's been more than 90 minutes. You're right. I guess the stream's got to stop. Okay, everyone, this is TNT Explosion's fault. I'm doing that teacher thing where it's like, you know, we were having fun, but then one person ruined it. And rather than saying anything about that one person, I want to make you all suffer because I don't understand that collective punishment is literally against, a convention. It's literally a breach. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Of one of the UN convention. One of the Geneva Conventions. Collective punishment, not okay. One of your human rights is not to do that, but it's okay. The key is just setting 5 alarms and having your second monitor on your YouTube channel 24/7. See, that's what everyone needs to do. If you're not putting in that amount of effort, are you even putting in effort at all? The answer is yes, you are, and thank you for that effort. But yeah, I had a fun time today. We had a good live stream, but we've got to go now. I'm sorry, it's not my decision. It's I'm just kidding here. So how much do British people cost? Says Holly Yu. Give me money and find out. So I see we have a Bedrock streamer. Everyone plays Java nowadays. Nice, says Oki J. Yeah, I think it's a shame too. I think it's a missed trick. So thank you for watching today's live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, then go watch my other video. Is that... Oh wait, my food's probably here by now. Oh god, yeah. Oh no, it's here in 7 minutes. Hey, I timed that perfectly. The guy is taking the weirdest route to get here though. Oh, he's like right at my door, it looks... Oh no, he's at the restaurant. We're good. Hey, Connor Dolan, thank you for becoming a member. Enjoy your dessert. You've inspired me to pick up donuts my way home. No, you don't get donuts. You're gonna be late to the donut store. And wait, I wanna see. Did you ever respond? If you actually do, you actually do feel bad when you're late to something, right? You totally do. I need to find that response. No, you didn't. Because you feel so terrible about it, and you deserve to. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Unless I don't. Obviously, house fires are a very real risk, and I can't subscribe to myself. Wait, someone tipped, and if I have the ability to, I try to make sure they get their £3.64 worth, and so I should build a witch hut in the Nether or the End. By the way, your hair looks cool. Not enough. Too few people compliment my hair. There's too many insults in the... I'm just kidding. Don't compliment my hair. I actually feel bad if you compliment something like that about me. If you compliment something I'm insecure about, and I'm not like a low enough level of insecure, and I'm like a high level, then I'll actually feel like you're mocking me. So don't do that. Don't do that. But what I think you should do is you should tell me an End witch hut or a Nether witch hut, which would look better. I definitely want to do one of those now. Honestly, I'll just build it in my Nether. I've got that little platform for all those otherworld structures. So I should just do that, shouldn't I? Well, guess we found the next Let's Play idea. Goodbye.